Back again, guys, and we're gonna have a look at that motor today. I hope you enjoyed the last video where we did the cleaning of the hull and everything and removing some of that wood and the stickers and just the initial stages, and we're still in the initial stages. Now, I bought this boat with an outboard motor, but basically I bought it for the hull because I was told the motor wasn't working. There seemed to be a problem. When I actually went to purchase the boat, the guy tells me this is actually a really low hour motor, very low hour motor. They're out running it and it just didn't seem to be pushing very well. Just didn't have any, just wasn't pushing the boat. And another time they were out, so they were experiencing this, the motor just not pushing. So then they stopped one time to go fishing. When they started the motor back up, they went to click in gear, nothing. The motor's idling away, click in drive, click in reverse, nothing. Now, my personal thoughts were maybe a linkage or something there. Unhooked. You can see this is a manual tilt motor, very basic. So like I said, I got a great deal and I wasn't really concerned about the motor not running, because for the deal I got, it was worth it just for the hull. These are pricey hulls. Ooh, that is a heavy gauge pin there. Not gonna do it with those, but this, like I said, it was worth it just for the hull. But when I got there, I found it was a low hour motor, but transmission issues, seemingly. Since I've got home, I've discovered something different. Now, boat props work kind of like a motorcycle back wheel, a changeover and a sprocket wheel. So you have your prop here, the metal outside. Then you have a rubber brake or a buffer and a steel inside, or a spline. So this spline would be, so in the back wheel of a motorcycle, you have that removable sprocket. This is how dirt bikes are. That sprocket has teeth that protrude into the wheel as well, the wheel cup. And then you have these big rubbers that act as a buffer. So that's what you're actually pulling on, is those rubbers. Same thing like this. That cushion helps break some of the harshness here. And I guess if you were to hit a set of blades, strike bottom, it would act as a buffer. And hopefully you would shear that instead of a shaft or something inside your engine. Now, what a couple family members advised me to try is to check how the prop is running on the shaft. Maybe there's just a linkage unhooked or something, it's not going in gear. But have a look at the rubber on this one. That shaft, the boat is engaged there. Now the boat is in gear. And look, I can spin the prop freely on the shaft. And look at the slop. Not in the shaft, just in the prop. Now, assuming there are no other problems, this is pretty much absolute lucked out best case scenario. Because that just means the prop has to be replaced, which is not a huge deal. And I'm not sure if we have one here. I might have to go and invest in a prop, but we're going to have a look today. We'll inspect it. I haven't had this motor going yet, so we'll see. We'll see what we have here. Now, again, when I bought this, I bought it with seemingly two problems with the engine. One, they assumed it was the wrong prop on the engine because the engine wasn't pulling. Sheesh, this is a hard pin to get out. They assumed it was the wrong prop. Also, this gear issue seemed to be two separate issues. But my thoughts are, all along when they were running the boat and they weren't getting any power, just wasn't driving the boat, that shaft was slipping, and it was just enough to get the boat going, but probably wide open throttle, that shaft is slipping quite a bit, and you're just not getting any gumption out of your boat. And then eventually they stop when they put it in gear. The shaft is just free spinning. Now look at that. That shaft is stopped, and that's happening. So I think we'll solve both of those issues with one stone here. And before you guys say anything about the boat owner, well, they should have checked or whatever, they have another boat. They just bought this boat this year, and they bought it off of an estate, so a deceased. The boat's been stored for 10 years. They have another boat already. They put $1,000 into this engine. As soon as they got it, they took it to a dealership. They did a full service on the engine, and then they got a couple runs out of it, and this happened. They said, you know what, we have another boat. Don't want to spend any time or more money on this. You know what, don't want to spend the time digging into the engine. Don't want to take it back to the dealership and pay for them to fix the issue. Just sell it, we'll get rid of it, and it'll be someone else's problem. So I fully understand their situation. So you can see how it works here now. This shaft, and there is 0 give. That shaft is as solid as can be. No wear on the shaft. Absolutely perfect. Thread on the end with a nut with a... So it's not a pressure fit on there. That nut is just on there with a washer just to keep it from slipping off, and it's pinned. But this is flawless. Now they gave me this 11 by 15, so 15 pitch. That is this angle, so pretty steep angle prop, 11-inch diameter. They gave me this prop. They just happened to have it kicking around. They didn't know if it would be any good or not, but it is right direction, the right spline counts. It's basically the same, just a different prop setup. These blades are stainless. Now that I got it off, I see it's 11.5 by 12 pitch, so 11.5 diameter. So 1/2-inch diameter larger, but a shallower pitch. So we don't have, of course the shallower pitch, the less water is going to push. Easier on the engine, but you got to find that sweet spot. So you're not revving too high. It's getting enough push, but not burdening your motor too much. It's time to see if we can get this motor to run. I hadn't tried to run it before I purchased it, so we're trying now. A little older motor carbureted like this, you kind of got to learn the motor. Does it want a little throttle when starting, or no throttle? An outboard motor like this is cooled with water, and it doesn't recycle it. It takes it in, cools, and expels it. And I'm not seeing any water moving out of this engine at this point, so I shut it down. So I jostled around there off camera, got in and pushed those muffs onto the motor so they contoured and sealed, and she's spitting perfectly. Just spitting her water, because outboard engines like this, that's how they cool themselves, of course. They cool themselves with the water they pick up from the ocean. Motor runs perfectly, clicking gear, reverse, everything is just smooth, easy to start, beautiful starter. Picking up its gas well, all new fluids like I said, so really exciting. That other prop, the one that the guy gave me, did fit on there. Whether it's suitable for the boat, I don't know. Now, needed to get it in the water. If anyone here on the island knows for a good trailer deal, used trailer, maybe even new if the deal is real good, but just now I want to get it. Now I'm itching to get it in the water, give it a run, see how the motor runs. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if it's your first time here. We'll see you in the next video.
be darn squid.
Oh, you know, you got something.
Huh?
You got something, I can see it down there in
Yeah,
the
I got
water.
a fish. Or quinta, yeah.
Yes, you got him, boy. You got him.
What is it? Ah?
Keep tensing
Yes,
on
boy.
him.
Cod. Big one there. Yeah, that's a nice one. Ah, look at that.
So he's not going back.
No, sir.
He's big enough to eat.
My goodness, yes.
You know. Hey!
Oh,
Yeah, that's a little better.
that's a beautiful fish. Yeah, that's
A
nice.
little better.
You got the. Yeah, you got.
Do I have it?
Yeah, you have. Yeah, just hanging out of your pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
100 feet of water there.
I don't know.
Starting to get over them again there now. 80 feet of water here. Hey? Not a thing here. 100 feet here. Yeah, we're coming in over them again now. You should be good to drop. Yeah.
Must have come by the